What's up, everyone? So you're probably wondering, what even is this? What am I about to get into? Well, as the weather demonstrates, cringe. To drink a water is beneficial for health and hydration. Just like the rain pouring down on Earth, that's water. So drink water. It's beneficial for you. Oh yeah, I gotta wear this mask because I've been sick for so long. Just kidding. Oh. That was embarrassing. Let me go get my glasses, but something happened in 2020 for September after just getting back to public school when I was online school for a while, which was pretty bad. Didn't like that. Try to be cool, but depression is not cool. Just like this weather in Texas. Stupid. The governor already says so. Unpredictability is what makes this state so, at least at the region I live at, chaos. Just like how my stress was at this time. I filmed a video that I never actually put out because I didn't feel like it'd be necessary to put out, so I'm gonna get playing on it because it's gonna be a video. So, with that being said, the context on this one is I'm basically not doing too well. Because I'm wearing sunglasses and I can't see a thing, so I might need to be able to see better. Anyway, I'm cold now, like I'm toned it down. 5th grade, I raged. Looks like sophomore year, I was depressed. So what I decided to do? Well, look at me in bed right here. This miserable, I am overwhelmed because Researchery has been one of my closest friends since the middle school days, and we had like a beef going on, so this is what it done to me. So with that being said, I don't know what's going on here, but I'm literally just like sleeping in bed the entire time. Am I okay? I'm tired of him texting me. Alright, let's react to this together. Oh, a bad morning. I woke up to a bad morning.
I don't know what makes sense anymore. Basically, yesterday, October 10th. Is it 10? That's about the amount of things I'll be holding up this big grass.
Language, dude, dang. I was not having it at this time. Ask the right person. Oh yeah, so my other house, basically we had some issues. I had anger issues at this time. I punched a wall and oh my gosh, hell, my speech impediment's real, but I punched a hole in the wall, and yeah, and it wasn't over this situation, it was over something else, I'm pretty sure, but I just used that as an excuse to talk about how I felt in this situation here. I'm not antisocial, guys. I'm fine. I'm not bipolar. I was diagnosed with ADHD later, but that's not about this. I'm sorry if the audio is very low. This was still on the Chromebook because I didn't have a phone at the time. So the audio is really hard, so I'm gonna try my best to understand what I'm saying here, so. I just tell people to chill out. That's what I just said. What the What's going on with me, bro? I have like no filter. I was like, I'm telling you, like, I have to pause for a second. Like, I was at the point where I just did not care. Like, I was over it. Like, this is when I just started feeling depressed, and this was like just getting to the peak, like, of it. And this is before I lived in this house. Like, this is just before I lived in it. You can tell I'm living at the other house. This is my previous room before I moved to the red room, which now I'm in the green room. Which for the AAA channel that you're seeing this on is the first video on this room. So congratulations, you made it through that era. Anyway, back to the video.
I got a couple weeks ago, and prior to probably a few weeks back since then, since 2 weeks ago, we haven't, but you've been asking me, and everyone's in particular, Charles Wallen and some others, have been asking me who you want to shoot. I am not into violence, nor into doing violence.
Dang, I remember they wanted me to shoot someone for some reason. I don't know what was going on. Like, for some reason, these kids were weird, and I just got out of public school for this kind of thing. I don't know what's going on.
I don't put up with that. Okay? I don't.
Anyway,
Okay? It's not. I don't do alcoholic stuff. Okay?
don't do drugs, kids. It'll put you in a bad place.
Family that actually watch over me, okay? You're our captain. I mean, you're our captain. Captain so hard. Y'all didn't know I'm from, okay? And when I say that, well, you don't.
No, he didn't. Anyway,
Don't make me do
I still have that hat, by the way. I don't know where it's at right now. I'm not gonna try searching for it because my room currently is a mess. I've been dealing with a sickness, a sinus infection, so I never really got time to properly organize stuff. So, still working in progress. Cancel culture was pretty bad. It partially made me feel low in August 2020 when we just started online school, and I've never returned to ever even looking at Twitter again for reasons.
I'm watching you. I'm watching all this. This half exaggeration. But pretty much what I'm saying.
Well, judging by how you were talking in the first couple minutes, that we weren't including the you just laying there segment, you weren't okay. That wasn't seemingly exaggerated in my opinion. If you exaggerate that, then okay. That was very unnecessary.
That every argument you made is such dramatic, like, internal conflict. Like, it just don't make sense. Like, what's the big deal? It just, like, I don't know how I'm supposed to know the class code to first period class or history, which that class specifically did. Okay, please don't.
Oh, so basically, I'm gonna pause for a second. My first period was, I think, U.S. It was world history. No, I was about to trip. U.S. history was my next year's history class. That's not what I'm talking about here. World history, we had a coach. You know when you have those coaches for your teachers, and sometimes they don't really do the work, or they're too lazy to teach, so they're just providing you to do the work. It was a simple class as I got used to it, but it was so like boring in there. But at this time, I didn't really like the teacher. He was such a douche to me, accordingly to how I really respond. And apparently, at one point, Reese got mad because I didn't remember what the class code was. Apparently, I'm assuming he wasn't there when we were joining like Google Classroom for this class, which we didn't even really use except for like him telling the coach telling us, what assignments were. What is to do for that just day, which was literally just the same stuff, or he would just tell us in person. Like it was such a, I don't know, it didn't really feel like it was fun. But point is, Reese just got mad at me over something pretty pointless.
Just from that. And by the way, on that last short Twitter, which is not intention, it's actually not this live stream. It's supposed to have stuff that teacher I'm talking about. I'm not saying his name, but world history. I guess it's what it is. But as I'm saying, Reese, one would think I'm making a big deal. It's the fact that I'm just saying that
I'm finding evidence through our Xbox text logs, bro. I'm finding evidence to call him out for what.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what mainly got me mad to make this video.
Every single game in the world. He's like, got every single game. When I literally addressed the fact that it was just exaggerating, and he made it a big deal. And he said, "Did I ask?" No, you're retarded.
And that will be a little bit of a pet peeve of mine. People that ask me in general if I'm explaining a point. So basically, here's the thing, you know, he would tell me like to get this game different times, like I should get this game. It was too consistent, like a too consistent point, which this is part of the reason, I think the main reason why I got burned out on gaming, because I couldn't overwhelmingly take this peer pressure ideal of mine in my head. Dang, Jesus, bro. My consciousness just couldn't take it, though, you know? So I was just like, it's making it seem like you want me to get every single game in the world, but I don't like that. And he's told me not literally every single game in the world, and I basically was just saying, I was exaggerating, like, you were taking it way too seriously. And then I think at some point, surely, he was just like, did I ask? Guys, I don't know when people do that. When people say that, do you really think it's necessary? I don't care. You didn't ask. I'm just making a point. Get with the program, okay? Like, dang, bro. I don't like when people say that. So I definitely was ticked off.
Just shut up. Good night. I mean, this was late, not late, like 9 o'clock. Like, dude.
Yep.
He doesn't
Just
make
shut
sense.
up, I guess.
Like,
If you're wondering, yeah. I don't know if we had this blanket that used to be like a curtain, because our curtain was messed up at this point. But yes, that represents I am from Georgia.
doing what he wants to be doing. And some of the people are trying, same thing at school, use me for the wants, and I don't like that. So let's just address everything that's happening right now. I don't want to name this video, but the main thing is that me and Reese are breaking up friends. No gay relationship, y'all bigots. This is not what y'all think it is. Okay? Now, I'm gonna go outside and
Dude, yeah.
find a bitch.
Wild, dude. Just wild. Timmy. A little Timmy. I think you need to drink some water, buddy. Calm down. Touch some grass, too, we're at it.
I don't care. I'm not promoting anything.
So, what I learned in that video, well, as little Timmy in the background there, like I said, keep drinking water, it's beneficial for health and hydration. And kind of refresh what my main points were. So basically at this time, I wanted to actually have a good time because I haven't been able to go to school since my freshman year was all online. So my sophomore, I wanted to have like a good time. It was a struggle for the first like couple weeks, but you know, I was adjusting. Then when we get to like towards the late September is when things weren't looking so good. And let's say what I explained here pretty much explained why I started pretty much feeling depressed and overwhelmed and just wasn't having it. So apparently my good old friend Reese just wasn't really, you know, making sense with me and making me very aggravated. And because of my disability being a bit of as it is, I just couldn't handle it either. It was just like, nope, not dealing with this. You're making me very upset, and it's like hard to deal with this. At the time, yeah, I do understand where I am coming from, and it's reasonable. And honestly, I am glad I did like separate myself from him for a bit, because I didn't want to like start more drama. It was a little bit of a drama at this time, yes, definitely, I can see on that. Then before that, we also had people, you know, like those other kids in one of my classes that were like using me for some reason, telling me that I should do violence or something. Like, who would you shoot? Like, is there anyone in the school you would shoot? And I'm gonna say it right now, me wearing these glasses is me saying I'm a cool kid because I'm straying away from drugs and violence. Wow. Was that necessary, Texas? bro, I'm about to pay my taxes when I go to college anyways. So, like I'm saying, gotta go, yo, boom, boom, boom. My ADHD. Anyway, you know, bad things happen, you know, all the time. And I never want to support violence. I'm not for it. And it's not something I would ever envision wanting to do. So I didn't like people, the kids that were asking me that kind of question or just using me in that kind of manner. And I had a valid reason to mention it, you know. It was just not something that was right, you know. I don't support that kind of thing, and I don't know why people were using me in that way, which I understand why people have the thing, you know, maybe you're going through something and you want to take it out on others because, you know, you can't stand them, but violence is never the answer. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Let me take off the glasses for a minute. Like, violence is never the answer. You know what I'm saying? It may seem like that we're all giving up on each other and life is hard, but like I mentioned here, I don't support violence and I never will. And that's something I will ever support. And that's why I just couldn't handle that either. It's not something I could have tolerated. So yeah. Was this cringy video really necessary though? It helps me get an idea what I remember, but I don't think I was at the right mind to do something like this, and my mental health was only getting a little bit worse from here, but it just shows what all I was going through and everything that I was only about to suffer through. But this was like the way my high school experience really started, pretty much, you know, really showing how bad it was. Now I can say I graduated now, and I'm actually proud to have been through the high school, not because the high school itself was fun, pretty much the opposite of that, but rather more the memories and experiences I still managed to make, even in spite of all, you know, what I was going through, especially the starting of my high school public appearance, you know, as we see here. Life may be tough, you know, and there's always gonna be a way out of it. It may not seem like it's possible. Look at me. I have managed to like surpass my depression. I always still get anxiety and I always feel hypersomnia at times. You know, it happens to the best of us. I'm just at least glad that I managed to get through this experience, and now I'm going to be going to college in August, so I'm very excited, you know. It's not what I was expecting, and I'm very glad I'm here today to say this. And I just want to start saying something that, yes, this channel has become pretty much more of, you know, I'm gonna be just maybe uploading extras if necessary. Like, I'm not sure if this is gonna become a reaction channel or I'm just gonna be like uploading just extra content. But for the support that what I did have on this channel, having the extra content I did, it's really cool, and all the other stuff's a tribute, so it's really awesome to see that I decided to have all that out. The True Timothy arc is part of the channel, but it's for forever part of the channel for what it is, and that's why I'm glad that I'm addressing this part of, you know, my rant here in the end of this video to show, you know, my gratitude for, you know, the channel and in general just for my accomplishments in my life. And yeah, I'm gonna take the last minute just to kind of thank you guys for the support. And yeah, even though I did graduate, I had a hard time in high school a little bit. And high school was definitely, you know, a tough time for me, at least to adapt, and I've definitely been a lot more depressed. It's been something I've been dealing with. But I managed to survive, and at the end of the day, it was just another like school I had a good time in. No school time period, like my middle school, my elementary, nor my high school were all perfect. Like, there's not a perfect experience in my opinion. All of them had up and downs and their flaws. And that's what makes life interesting to me, is I managed to get through that. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video with the water plug. Keep drinking water, it's beneficial for health and hydration. You definitely made it, buddy. I'm proud of you. You managed to survive all that, because look where you're at now. You had finally graduated about 3 years later. Thank you guys for the support, and I'll see you